Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam free online classes. Word change. So, in life we find so many changes. Even we also lot of changes. When you are very small, you ask your mother, you are about 2 feet in length and 2.5 or 3 kg in weight. Now, how much you have grown, right? Your height has increased, weight has increased. It's a change. What other changes you see in nature? You see a lot of changes, correct? All around us. When you come to school from your home, you find lot of changes on the way. Have you observed? Come on, list out. You have seen rubber band, is it not? So, when you stretch a rubber band, what happens? The length increases, and if you leave it, comes back. Stretch it, becomes longer. Leave it, is it not? Stretching, it is called. Melting of ice. All of you eaten ice cream, correct? How is ice cream? Sweet, soft, cool. And how is it ice cream made up of? It is by the help of water. When it is cooled, it becomes ice. It becomes solid. Suppose you heat that ice, what happens? Have you seen it? It becomes water. And how many drink coffee or tea in home? All. Okay. How is coffee prepared? There is a method, correct? Even for tea also. You have to boil the milk, you have to add tea powder, then suitable quantity of sugar, stir it, then you have to filter it, correct? Then it is suitable for drinking. So, change will be there. Milk has one color, tea powder has one color, sugar or jaggery has one color. All that mixed up becomes something like orange color. In coffee also, if you take milk, they add the coffee powder. Coffee powder will be usually brown or black in color. Milk is white in color. Then sugar. Then stirring it. That gives instant coffee. So, that's all changes. Similarly, preparing of curds from milk. When milk is boiled, then it should be cooled to a suitable temperature. Then you add some buttermilk. Next day morning, what happens? Changes into curds. Very interesting point is that the curd has no property of the milk. Milk is sweet, is it not? Whereas curd is sour to taste. Curd is something like a solid. Milk is liquid. Okay. So, that is a change you observe. Rusting of iron. You have seen the rusting of iron? Especially in rainy season. The doors, the windows, wherever there is iron is there, we find some rusting. But of course, it can be avoided by painting it. Is it not? So, these are some of the changes. In ripening of fruits, so fantastic. Green color, nuts, we change into, different colors like orange, yellow, etc., etc. So, for example, guava fruit is green color. It becomes slightly yellow in color. Is it not? So, like that, grapes also, there is a change in color. So, all these are beautiful nature what you observe, and also we see some other changes. So many you can list out. So, next class make a list of these changes, okay. Now, this can be classified or put into two categories. One is physical change, another is chemical change. Okay. So, stretching, for example, stretching of a rubber band, physical change. Only its shape is changed, that's all. There is no new substance formed. So, the change if there is no new substance formed, only state of matter changes. That is called physical change. Melting of ice also. When ice is melted, what happens? It becomes water. So, solid becomes liquid. Preparing coffee or tea is a chemical change. When coffee is prepared, you cannot get back the milk. Correct? You cannot get back the coffee powder. You cannot get back the sugar. Correct? So, such a change where there is a new substance formed, where there is a transformation, that is called chemical change. Even curds also. Once the curd is formed, you cannot get back the milk. Is it not? So, there is a chemical change. Rusting of iron also. When once it gets rusted, you cannot get back the iron. Correct? Ripening of fruit. Guava fruit, when once it is ripened fully, you cannot get back the green nut. Correct? So, there is a chemical change. So, some changes are natural. For example, blooming of flowers. In the early morning, when you go to the garden, there will be, in the form of a bud. So, the bud like flowers bloom. Correct? That's one beautiful nature you can see. Some others are done in laboratory. Some changes are done in laboratory. For example, burning of magnesium. So, magnesium is burnt here. You have seen that magnesium? It is a ribbon. So, when it is heated, lot of light is produced. Correct? And that is a chemical change. A new substance is formed. Okay? Now, let us see some more details about physical change today. And in the next class, we will see something about chemical change and some activities on physical change. Okay? Ready? Okay. Get a paper and pen ready. Okay? So, physical changes, what we have seen some examples now, they are called physical changes. In the physical changes in the physical property of substances. What is physical property? It is like temperature, size, color, state of a substance, etc. Is it not? Suppose, for example, if you are melting, if ice is to be melted, you have to give temperature. What happens then? The temperature of ice go on increasing. So, what happens to ice? It melts, it becomes water. So, that was at 0 degrees Celsius. Ice is at 0 degrees Celsius, becomes 20 or 25 degrees Celsius. Is it not? So, there is a state of a substance changes, temperature also rises. In some cases, the size changes, color also changes. Ripening of fruit, for example, color changes. Correct? So, some activity we will have for physical change. So, a piece of paper is cut into 4 square pieces. Each square piece is cut into further 4 pieces. So, take a paper, cut into 4 pieces. One of the piece again cut into 4 pieces. These papers are laid on the table so that the pieces acquire the shape of the original paper. Okay. So the paper has undergone a change in size. So the big paper is cut into 4 first. Then each 4 is cut into 4 again. So what happened there? Size has changed. Is it not? No other change. But again you can join it using gum or some tape and all. You can pay tape also. You can use cellophane tape. You can join them again. So this is an example of physical change. Here the size is changed. Correct? So you can try that experiment yourself. Second activity, some ice pieces are taken in a glass tumbler. Tumbler is kept in the sunshine. So take some ice pieces in glass tumbler and keep it in the hot sun. Okay. Now do you know what happens when ice is added to water? Have you seen it? No. Okay. Take a tumbler of water, add some ice pieces. When I say dry ice, I am telling, you see some gas coming out, that is carbon dioxide. Ice also start melting. That is why when ice cream is brought, you must immediately empty down. Why? Keep for some time, all the ice will be melted and the charm of ice cream will go. Correct? So ice start melting and we get a mixture of ice and water. If you keep in sunshine, even otherwise also it happens, but slowly it happens. Sunshine it goes fast. Now tumbler is placed in a freezing mixture of ice and common salt. So this tumbler containing ice is kept in a freezing mixture. What is a freezing mixture? Freezing mixture means the mixture of ice and common salt. So what is the formula for common salt? Nothing but sodium chloride. So common salt is a very important item in all the food. Is it not? It is an important ingredient. So here is a mixture of ice and common salt. You have to keep this in a freezing mixture. Okay. So what do you observe? Water changed state from solid to liquid. So what is the state of ice? It is solid. Now what is the state of ice now? Water. Suppose you boil water, what happens? It will become steam. So solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Suppose you cool that steam, what happens? You get water. Suppose you cool that water also, you get ice. So what is there? What do you observe? There is a change of state. Is it not? So which was solid in the beginning became liquid because of heating. Is it not? In the sunshine. What will be the temperature actually? Usually it will be about 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. In summer it goes up to 40 to 43, 45 also in Gulbarga, Bijapur and all, 45. So that becomes more temperature. Now one more activity we will have. You heard about hacksaw blade with a pair of tongs. So the hacksaw blade is taken. So this is hacksaw blade. So here, what is the speciality of this blade? It is very sharp on either sides. Correct? So we have to take it like this. One of the ends, you have to take in a pair of tongs. So sometimes this hacksaw blade is kept in a frame also. Why it is used? To cut the logs, correct? To cut the logs or to cut any material made up of say steel or something, we use this hacksaw blade. It is a saw. So it is to be taken in a pair of tongs. You have seen pair of tongs? Yeah, something like a scissor it is. So it should be heated. Now what do you observe? The tip of the free end of the blade is to be kept on the gas stove. So gas stove in which the stove is on. Simple stove will not give anything, na? So when the stove is on, means when the temperature is there, then only you must bring the hacksaw blade. Have you seen it? What happens? Yeah, the color of the blade changes, correct? So after a few minutes, the color of the hacksaw blade changed the color. What color will take? Yeah, it becomes red in color. Is it not? Then it becomes white also. So as you heat more and more, the hacksaw blade changes to color. Do you know what you call it? The persons who work on these iron materials? Yeah, they are called blacksmiths. Blacksmiths, correct? So what they do? They have a special type of chimneys, heating things. So they put these iron materials into the hot chimneys and then they beat it. When it becomes red hot, that is a slogan, American slogan, strike when the iron is hot. So when the iron is heated, what happens? Changes to red color. Suddenly they will cool it also. Again it becomes black. Again heat it, chisel it, twist, turning and all that they do. That is what the blacksmiths do, just for the preparation of many gadgets. Correct? So that is another activity of a physical change. One more we will think of. A small piece of chalk is crushed into dust. You have seen chalk piece? It's a very common thing you have seen in the classes, right? So what you have to do? You have to beat it. So when you press, it becomes a dust, means powder. A little water is added to the dust to make a paste. Small quantity of water is to be added just to make it as a paste. Okay. The paste is rolled into the shape of a piece of chalk. Again you roll it up so that it takes the shape of a chalk piece. So what you have done first? You have crushed it, make it powder, added water, again dried and made it the shape of a chalk piece. So piece of chalk underwent changes in size. So which was a beautiful form in the beginning. When you crush it, it became powder like. Again put paste, when you make it like a paste and when again you make a shape, of course the size may change. So conclusion is a change in which a substance undergoes a change in its physical properties is called physical change. Physical properties. For example, ice is a solid. When it is heated up, it becomes liquid, namely water. When it is heated up, it becomes steam, gas, solid, liquid, gas. So there is a change in the physical property. Is it not? In the case of hacksaw blade, temperature raised, it becomes red hot. So all such changes are called physical changes. Okay. A physical change is a generally reversible, means it can be brought back. When ice melt, it becomes water. Same water, if it is cooled, becomes ice. It is called reversible reaction. Following? For example, if you make milk into curds, you can't get back the milk. that is irreversible. Such changes are called chemical changes. So, what is physical change? It is a reversible change. There will be a change in the property, physical property, size, shape, color, temperature, etc., etc. In this case, there is a change in the no new substance is formed. No new substance. Ice into water means same form. Water and ice are one and the same. And steam, if you convert it to steam also, only its shape changes. So, there is no new substance formed. Okay. So, such changes are called physical changes. Okay. Now, shall we look at the home assignment? State whether the following statements are true or false. There in the book also, you can just note down. In case of a statement which is false, if a statement is false, write the correct statements. Okay, you can understand easily. Cutting a log of wood into pieces is a chemical change. Is it true or false? Okay, if it is false, correct it. Second, condensation of steam is not a physical change. If it is false, change it. If it is true, keep it as it is. What do you mean by a physical change? Give an example. Make a list of 6 changes that you notice around you. So, around you, what are the changes you observe? You make a list. Okay. Now, let us see what Bhagwan Baba says. Okay. There are 4 F's to be followed. What are the 4 F? First F, follow the master. And who is our master? He is in our heart only. Face the devil. What is the devil means what? All bad thoughts, bad words, bad actions. These are all called devils. Fight till the end. Don't go on constantly changing. But try to improve ourselves day by day. Correct? So, in the last, finish the game. In the end of our life, we have to finish our games. Means no desires, no attachment, no ego. Okay? That is what the 4 F's. Come on, repeat. Follow the master, face the devil, fight till the end, finish the game. Okay? Come prepared for the home assignment. Thank you.